At this time, I would ask that you please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and Board of Education, it is my distinct honor to welcome parents, family, and friends to the Henry Ford II High School Class of 2007 commencement exercises. Mrs. Lynn Sachansky, vocal music teacher, conducted the Ford II Choir in singing the national anthem, and Mr. Matt Shaner conducted the processional by our symphonic band. To the class of 2007, let me congratulate you on the occasion of your graduation from Henry Ford II High School and to commend you most highly for your extraordinary achievements. You have impressed me throughout your 4 years as a truly outstanding class. This class has always been hardworking, well-mannered, and loyal. Throughout your high school experiences, our faculty has seen you grow and become leaders, setting the tone for the rest of the student body to follow. The work ethic and dedication of this class has assured us of the quality that exists within our programs. And for the contributions of this class, Henry Ford II has the honor of being a Michigan Exemplary Blue Ribbon High School. Also reflective of that quality, this class has 8 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. 87% will enroll in over 50 community colleges and universities across the nation. These students will pursue higher education in some of the finest institutions in the world. Over 200 academic and athletic scholarships have been awarded to nearly 60% of this graduating class, while 70% were involved in club or extracurricular activities. Over 20% are National Honor Society members. 2% of this graduating class will enlist in the military, and 7% will immediately join the workforce of what is the greatest economic power in the world. Graduating seniors, we of the faculty join with your relatives and friends in wishing you success and happiness in all of your endeavors. Each one of you at one time or another has faced challenges and diversity. At times, the challenges did not seem reachable, but today, you stand on top. I believe these words to be a wonderful reflection as you proceed with your educational journey. If you can reach out, you can hold on. If you can imagine, you can achieve. If you just begin, you can continue. Search within, and you'll find a reason to believe. If you can get involved, you can make it happen. If you can give, you will be rewarded with the taking. If you can climb even higher. Envision it. Your success is in the making. If you trust the winner within you, you will win. If you can keep your courage, you will go so far. If you follow your ambitions, your course will guide you towards a ladder that you can climb to your stars. If you don't put limits on yourself, you can always keep striving. You might amaze yourself with that. You discover you can do. If you want to reach out for happiness, don't ever forget these words. You can go as far as your dreams take you. It is my pleasure to give some special introductions of those who have contributed in some fashion to the success for the class of 2007. Superintendent of Utica Community Schools, Dr. Christine Johns. Members of the Board of Education who guide our district, Vice President, Mr. Kevin Lohmeyer. Secretary, Mrs. Jean Kleida. Treasurer, Mr. Carl Torito. Trustee, Dr. Robert Ross. Trustee, Mrs. Michelle Templeton. Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, Mr. Randy Eckhart. Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Mr. Anthony Cantonese. Assistant Superintendent for Business and Finance, Mr. Richard Montcalm. Assistant Superintendent of Auxiliary Services, Mr. Mark Davey. And last but not least, our HF2 Associate Principals, Mr. Jim Hall, Mr. Ken Marnin, and Mrs. Lisa McDill. On stage behind me, we are also pleased to have the administrators from our elementary and junior high feeder schools. Would they please stand? We would also like to recognize members of the Henry Ford II staff. On stage representing the academics are the department chairpersons, and on the floor are teachers serving as graduation honor guards. Would both stage members and honor guards please stand? At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Daniel Burkholz. Parents are William and Maria Burkholz. Daniel will be attending Central Michigan University studying dentistry with plans to become an orthodontist. He is a member of the National Honor Society, DECA, and has played on the football team for 4 years. The title of his speech is Questions. Mr. Daniel Burkholz.
Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Ever since we began our education, school has, whether we like it or not, been on our minds. We worry about it and ask ourselves questions. Questions that keep us on track with our lives, questions about what may happen that day at school, and questions if we did our homework or not, or anything that may cross our mind. Nevertheless, we've constantly questioned ourselves about school, and as time has passed, we've changed as people, and our questions have changed as well. When we were very young, our questions were simple. In kindergarten, they may have been, is today my day for show and tell? Will this nickel fit up my nose? When's nap time? As we entered first grade, our questions may have changed too. How will I ever make it a full day without my mom? What am I going to do if I can't watch Power Rangers in the afternoon? Somehow, we survived this difficult time. As even more time passed and we became a little bit older and a bit more intelligent, we started to ask more important questions and even a bit scarier ones. Where do babies come from? Why are girls so icky? Do I really need to get my cootie shot? Should I copy on this spelling test? As we approached junior highs, our worries turned away from school. In such a hostile environment like junior high, where there's so much pressure to fit in, it's no wonder why we asked, will people think I'm cool even though I don't have an Abercrombie t-shirt? Will more people like me if I make fun of this kid? Is it okay if I go to the mall with my mom? What if someone sees me at the mall with my mom? Who will want to be my locker partner? When junior high finally ended, we were introduced to a whole new world, high school. We had heard so much about it and had been extremely excited to finally go there. Once again, we find ourselves asking questions. Will I still be friends with the same kids that I hung out with in junior high? Are the older kids going to pick on me? Will there be any hot girls? How could I ever think girls were icky? Will people think I'm cool because my brother is a senior and I know some of his friends? When freshman and sophomore years passed and we had been in high school for a while, we became smarter and more mature. Yes, mature. The things we did and the questions we asked became more relevant and important to our daily lives. We no longer worried about being seen with our parents or being particularly cool. School was almost constantly on our minds. Did I finish my math homework? Will my teacher even collect the homework? When's nap time? Am I going to be late to class again? Will my teacher be cool and not mark me tardy? Will I get a letter in the mail about my attendance again? What time does the mail come? In my position now, I sometimes wish I were only asking myself these questions. I wish I only had silly things like show and tell to worry about. Today, the questions we ask are much more serious and even more terrifying. They seem like there is no answer in sight and no one can help us. We ask questions like, where do I go now? What do I do now that high school is over? Will I ever see my friends again after high school? How am I going to pay for college? What do I want to be when I grow up? Have I already grown up and I am no longer a kid? Am I going crazy? Why do I keep asking all these questions? Is anyone going to answer me? Well, the only person that can answer these questions is the one who is asking them. The class of 2007 has asked all the right questions, and now is the time we answer. We've come a long way, and we are now moving from one stage of our lives to another. It is time for yet another change and even more questions. With most of our questions being answered, there's still one left unanswered. Are we ready? The answer is and has been yes. The class of 2007 is well prepared for anything that lays in our futures and any challenge in front of us. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in any path you may choose, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Our second speaker is Randy Oja. Parents are David and Evelyn Oja. Randy will be attending Central Michigan University, majoring in broadcasting. He is a member of the National Honor Society, newspaper, HF2 News Program, French Club, SAD, the tennis team, and varsity track. Daniel has been awarded the rank of Eagle Scout, Prudential Spirit of the Community Certificate of Excellence for top student volunteers in Michigan, and the President's Volunteer Service Award. The title of his speech is The Three Laws of Life. Randy Oja.
Before I begin, I would like to say to all the friends, family, and teachers in attendance, thank you, because without you, today would have never been possible. The late North Carolina State basketball coach Jim Valvano once said that there are three things we should think about each day: They are where you were, where you are, and where you're going to be. And if you really think about it, that's what the class of 2007 has been doing all along. Think back, all the way back to elementary school. No matter which school any of us attended, we were always doing those three things. Like back when we had our first day of kindergarten, we would be alone without mom or dad for a whole day, or at least a half one. Eventually, we got the hang of it. But even during our first few years, there was one thing we were all looking forward to: the upper L. At the same time, we were in elementary school and loved every minute of it. It was the place where every holiday, big or small, deserved a party. And when your birthday came around, the biggest worry you had was what snack you should bring in for the class. We often spent our lunches debating what trade was in our best interest and planned our weekends around trips to the roller rink. It was also a time in our lives where what little stress you might have had could easily be relieved in a half hour of recess. But while we were there, no matter what grade we were in, we always wanted to be older and more like a grown-up, just like the kids in junior high. The first day of junior high was intense. It was a lot different from elementary school. Now we had lockers that never seemed to work, and hall passing time, which was never quite long enough. And the kids around us were a whole lot bigger. And just for fun, our classes were harder than ever, and just for fun, they threw in these exams every 20 weeks or so. We had gotten what we wanted, that is, becoming a big kid, but quickly realized that meant leaving behind the simpler childhood pleasures. It wasn't all bad, though. Junior high was a time to meet new people and expand our friendships. It was also the first time where we could put whatever athletic skill we had to good use and bring home the win for our schools. We enjoyed those years, but in the back of our minds, we knew the final step was right around the corner. Henry Ford II High School, our home away from home for the next 4 years. As freshmen in our first few days, it was almost impossible not to get lost at least once in the circular hallways of Ford. We looked back on how we thought junior high was tricky and just laughed at ourselves. But after we got the hang of it, we realized we were actually here. High school, 4 of the most promising years of our lives. At Ford, we made even more friends and memories that would last us a lifetime. We also took some of the hardest classes and tests, especially our final exams and the ACT. We dreaded these at the time, but now realize they only helped us get to where we are today. When you think about it, HF2 was very similar to all the years gone by. The only difference was that everything in high school was bigger and better. There were more classes to choose from and clubs to join than ever before. And the dances at Ford were a big deal for the guys and girls alike. I mean, what other school function did you get so dressed up for? And the sports were great for players and spectators alike. On any given Friday during the fall or winter months at HF2, you could go to any game and unite with the entire school for one purpose: to help the Falcons to victory. We enjoyed all the highs, like turning 16 and becoming Michigan's newest member to the road, and remember the lows, like not receiving the grade that we had worked so hard for. But through it all, we still looked ahead, maybe even too far. We ran out to get jobs wherever we could, like at McDonald's or in the mall, studied maybe a little too much, and didn't take time to fully realize just what we had in front of us. We were looking ahead to post-graduation and what we would do once we were finished. Well, now it's finally here, and as much as we may want to, we can't go back. We can only look back on all the memories and experiences of our high school years. But don't worry, we still have our whole lives ahead of us, and that's a lot to look forward to. For many of us, that means college in the fall. For others, maybe the armed forces. And some of us will be jumping right from this palace into the working world. No matter what we do with our lives, though, start a family, get that dream job, or even travel the world, we should always remember the message of Jim Valvano: to look back on the past while remaining focused on the present and leaving part of us dreaming for the future. So go ahead, class of 2007. As we leave here today and go our separate ways, look back, live in the present, and prepare for what's ahead. Haven't we earned it? After all, we are the incredible 07.
Thank you, Randy. Great job. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorians and salutatorians for the class of 2007. Valedictorian Anthony Schuler. Parents are Paul and Carol Schuler. Anthony plans on pursuing a career in medicine or medical research at the University of Pennsylvania. He is ranked #1 in his class, has been on the All-A Honor Roll, and in the top 10 at the UCMST throughout all 4 years of high school. Anthony is a member of the National Honor Society, Thunder Chicken's first robotics team, Science Olympiad, and Spanish Club. He is an Elks National Foundation Most Valuable Student National finalist and the recipient of the AXA Achievement Scholarship. Valedictorian Anthony Schuler. Valedictorian Aaron Vidalich. Parents are Roy and Teresa Vidalich. Aaron plans on attending Lyman Briggs School of Science at Michigan State University. He has been on the All-A Honor Roll and in the top 10 at the UCMST. Aaron is a member of the National Honor Society and Thunder Chicken's first robotics team. He has received an MSU professorial assistantship and a Michigan State Honors College scholarship. Valedictorian Aaron Vidalich. Valedictorian Stephanie Zeri. Parents are Stephen and Anita Zeri. Stephanie plans on majoring in history with a degree in secondary education at Grand Valley State University. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Key Club, Varsity Competition Show Choir, and has participated in 3 school musicals. Honor Roll all 4 years of high school, she has received an award for excellence from Grand Valley State University, the Michigan Promise Scholarship, and the Award of Distinction Presidential Scholarship. Valedictorian Stephanie Zeri. Valedictorian Ashley Van Meldegum. Parents are Guy and Janet Van Meldegum. Ashley plans on majoring in engineering at Kettering University. She has been a UCMST Top 10 and Falcon Scholar. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Interact, Thunder Chicken Robotics Team, MST Activities Council Vice President, and a Lego Robotics Mentor. Ashley has won the Ferris President's Scholarship, Wayne State University Scholarship, and Kettering University's Trustee Scholarship. Valedictorian Ashley Van Meldegum. Valedictorian Shayna Coons. Parents are Lawrence and Shelley Coons. Shayna will be attending Kettering University to major in industrial engineering. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Interact, Vice President of the Thunder Chickens Club, and MST Activities Council. Shayna has been one of the top 10 students at UCMST for 3 years running and is a Falcon Scholar. Valedictorian Shayna Coons. Valedictorian David Orban. Parents are Mark and Cheryl Orban. David plans on attending Lyman Briggs Honors College at Michigan State University, majoring in zoology. He is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club, the varsity tennis team, Thunder Chicken's first robotics team, president of MST Activities Council, and on the superintendent's Student Advisory Board. David has been on the All-A honor roll and is one of the top 10 at UCMST. He is the recipient of scholarships from Michigan State Honors College and Henry Ford Health Systems. Valedictorian David Orban. Valedictorian Albin Rushiti. Parents are Avni and Ismeet Rushiti. Albin plans on attending the University of Michigan, majoring in political science and international relations. He is a member of the National Honor Society, French Club, and varsity soccer, basketball, and tennis as well. He is on the All-A honor roll, a Falcon Scholar, and is our Channel 7 Brightest and Best. Albin has won the National French Contest Award, MAC All Academic Athlete, Varsity Tennis MVP, and Coaches Award in soccer. He is the recipient of the Sterling Heights Foundation Scholarship, the Nancy Grenier Scholarship, and the Michigan Promise Scholarship. Valedictorian Albin Rushiti. Valedictorian Rachel Burford. Parents are Stephen and Cheryl Burford. Rachel will be attending the University of Michigan, majoring in pre-medicine and eventually becoming a missionary doctor in South America. She is a member of the National Honor Society, the Book Club, Marching Band, Static, and Spanish Club. She is on the All-A honor roll, a Falcon Scholar, and the recipient of the Michigan Promise Scholarship. Valedictorian Rachel Burford. Salutatorian Kara Dixon. Parents are Randall and Karen Dixon. Kara plans on attending Lee University and majoring in theater. She is a member of the Drama Club, the Macomb County All-Academic Class A team, and a past member of Static Club. Kara is the recipient of the Centennial Scholarship. Salutatorian Kara Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, your valedictorians and salutatorian for the class of 2007. Our graduation soloist today is Christy Collard. Parents are Steve and Lydia Collard. Christy will be attending Central Michigan University, majoring in secondary education. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Drama Club, Forensics, Ladies and Falcons, president of Static, and has been a national anthem singer for Ford 2 Sports and events. She will be singing Don't Forget to Remember Me. Please welcome Christy Collard.
They flew by, but for me they drug on and on. We were loading up kept on talking, putting off goodbye. Then she took my hand and said, baby, don't forget. Before you hit the highway, you better stop for gas. There's a 50 in the ashtray in case you run short on cash. Here's a map and here's a Bible if you ever lose your way. Just one more thing before you leave. Don't forget to remember me. This downtown apartment sure makes me miss home. And the bills there on the counter keep telling me I'm on my own. Just like every Sunday, I called Mama up last night. And even when it's not, I tell her everything's alright. Before we hung up, I said, hey Mama, don't forget. Tell my baby sister I'll see her in the fall. Tell me, Ma, that I miss her. Yeah, I should give her a call. Make sure you tell Daddy that I'm still his little girl. Yeah, I still feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. But don't forget to remember me. Tonight I find myself kneeling by the bed to pray. I haven't done this in a while, so I don't know what to say. Lord, I feel so small sometimes in this big old place. Yeah, I know there's more important things. But don't forget to remember me. Don't forget to remember me.
Thank you, Christy. Very nice job. Thank you. Mr. Kevin Lohmeyer, Vice President of the Utica Community Schools Board of Education, will leave the board after 13 years of service, 9 of them as Vice President. Mr. Lohmeyer is the father of 3 Utica Community Schools graduates. He has brought the board his unique perspective as a mechanical engineer with expertise in technology in the workplace. His professional training provided leadership and vision to the district as it took its first steps into providing classroom technology to our students. At this time, I would welcome to the podium Mr. Kevin Lohmeyer.
Thank you. 13 years ago, you were kindergarten students entering the world of learning. 13 years ago, I was entering my first year as a member of the Board of Education. The experiences we've had since then have changed our lives forever, and the world outside the classrooms and districts have changed too. 13 years ago, computers were not in every classroom or even in every office. We were still listening to tapes and records. The new technology of CTs had not yet taken hold. Cell phones were a luxury. Flat screen TVs, global positioning systems, and satellite radio had not yet been heard of. Even the internet was taking its first few steps. Email and text messaging had not yet replaced letter writing. That's something you may not remember. As students, you were living through a most vital and exciting time in our history. As an engineer and a member of the Board of Education, and as a parent, I shared that experience with you. In the coming years, you will change jobs more frequently and continue to learn new skills. Accept it as part of life and accept each challenge as it comes. As you do, think of your parents, teachers, and staff who have helped you through this and who will continue to help you in the future. It's been a wonderful 13 years for all of us, and on behalf of the Board of Education and myself, I will congratulate you on your excellent accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lohmeyer. Dr. Christine Johns joined the Utica Community Schools as its superintendent last August. Under her direction, our district has continued its emphasis on student achievement and academic rigor. She holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Pittsburgh, a master's degree from Johns Hopkins University, and both a Master of Education degree and Doctor of Education degree in administration from Harvard University. Welcome, please, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Christine Johns.
Congratulations, class of 2007. I congratulate you for your effort and your hard work, your families for their love and support, and your principal and teachers for their dedication to excellence. When I look at you, I see the future of the 21st century. I see global entrepreneurs and business people. I see inventors of alternative fuel sources and technology experts who will craft ways to improve communication and understanding around the world. I see teachers and journeymen. I see leaders and the workforce of tomorrow. Academic achievement must remain at the core of your educational experience, both now and in the future. But there are other attributes and abilities that must also be utilized in this 21st century. You will find that competition, while still important, will be supplemented by a new term, cooperation. This term describes the ability to work together as a team to achieve a common goal. There will be less emphasis on self and more emphasis on what can be accomplished together. As global trade expands, the greatest success will come to those who understand the customs, culture, and history of people from other nations. Even as you use information and data to make decisions, an appreciation of art, literature, and music will sustain you through difficult times. Graduates, as you move on to postgraduate opportunities, do so with the understanding that you will have 5 or 6 jobs throughout your professional lives. What those jobs will be is anyone's guess, but adaptability and a willingness to keep on learning are essential to a lifetime of success. Let me say it this way: learning is an attitude and a process, not a final destination. A young teacher recently told me that she is regularly asked what she makes. And while the question relates to her salary, that is never her answer. Her answer is my wish for each of you. She makes a difference. Class of 2007, congratulations for your achievement. The world is waiting for you. Now, make that difference. Mr. Lohmeyer, will you now do the honors of the diplomas?
This is the reason we're here. By the power granted from the state to the school board, I now present the class of 2007 their diplomas. Let the ceremony begin.
Anthony Paul Schuler, summa cum laude. Aaron Ray Vedelich, summa cum laude. Stephanie Marie Zeri, summa cum laude. Ashley Jo Van Maldegum, summa cum laude. Shayna Lindsay Marie Coons, summa cum laude. David Anthony Orban, summa cum laude. Alban Rushidi, summa cum laude. Rachel Renee Burford, summa cum laude. Kara Naomi Dixon, summa cum laude. Daniel William Burkholz. Randy Brian Oja, cum laude. Kristen Marie Collard, magna cum laude. Smita Abraham, cum laude. Natalie Talil Abraham. Arthur Herbert Adlam III. Jenna Ann Agnello. Scott Alvin Alexandrowitz. Mariana Hannah Al-Hindi. Michael Aliyah. Joshua Walter Allam. Carlton McKinley Allen, cum laude. Nazreen Almiski. Melissa Denise Alstrom. Philip Kenneth Amiot. Philip Michael Andrews. Gary Michael Asmar. Michael Sean Avery. Ashley Monique Bailey. Melissa Elizabeth Bailey. Adam Patrick Baker. Amy Lynn Barber. Rolanda Naia Barnes. Charlotte Suzanne Barth, magna cum laude. Nicholas Paul Basilico. Ashley Megan Bass. Raymond George Edward Batanian. Lisa Ray Bates. Renee Michelle Batzloff, cum laude. Laura Beth Beckett. Amy Rose Bama. Kane William Bergstrom. Jarrett Michael Berry, cum laude. Michael Christopher Batten. Christina Nicole Bezanaw, cum laude. Suraj Singh Bamra, cum laude. Rihanna Hope Burnett, cum laude. Amanda Renee Black, magna cum laude. Jonathan Douglas Blanchard. Stephanie Joy Blocker, magna cum laude. Brooke Catherine Blower, cum laude. Rachel Irene Bach. Stephen Gary Bodie. Caitlin Elizabeth Bohack, cum laude. Lauren K. Bolin. Brittany Lee Bonsecour. Jordan Alexander Bonus. Sarah Elizabeth Bowser, cum laude. Navaria Trinae Boyd Johnson. Mario Trevon Bradshaw. Melissa Jean Brandt. Alicia Marie Bratton. Allison Elizabeth Brasky. Alexander Michael Brown, cum laude. Brandon Douglas Brown. Robert Andrew Bruno. Samantha Marie Burnett. Lisa Ann Calabro. Adam Avery Cardamone. Matthew Paul Carollo. Lorianne Caruana. Sarah Jean Caruana. Roger Michael Shaya, magna cum laude. Maria Constance Chadzipapas. Craig James Childers. Jessica Ann Childers. Stephen Kirk Chonacki. Brian Michael Churkowski, cum laude. Emily Catherine Sifka. Jeremy Charles Clark. Vincenzo Antonio Colonna. Philip Austin Cook. Jeffrey Michael Corian. Mark Charles Cowan Jr. Rachel Michelle Cracchiolo. Tiara Lachey Crump. Jessica Marie Cummings. Alvy Cooney. Brian James Dagley, magna cum laude. Nicole Lynn D'Agostino. Sean Nivan Deza. Sarah Isabella D'Angelo, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Daniels. Raymond Suhail Daywood. Julia Carol Dean. Matthew Brian DeClerk. Shelby Renee Deal. Patrick Sean Delaney. Anthony Michael Delicata. Jordan Marie Delmont. Janelle Marie Dempsey. Teresa Rose Dennis. Jessica Rose DeRusha. Matthew Aaron DeVerna. Courtney Jean DeVode. David Jerome Deasing. Joel Francis DiMaggio. Milica Dimic, cum laude. Philip David DiPasco. Nicole Danielle Dixon. Linda Jokai. Alexandra Lorraine Doan, summa cum laude. Jeffrey David Dotson. Stephanie Rose Doran. Nicole Marie Dory. Brianne C.D. Dotstree. Nicholas Owen Drew, cum laude. William James Driley. Dana Lynn Duckworth. Michael Charles Dupuy, magna cum laude. Maris Elise Duval, cum laude. Casey Amanda Dye, summa cum laude. Brian Matthew Engel, cum laude. Stephen Michael Engel, cum laude. Brad Lawrence Irvin.
Ryan John Farrelly. Garrett Justin Falk. Michael John Fedorcu. John Jacob Ferguson. Ryan Michael Finn. Corinne Pamela Finney. Amy Marie Finnegan. Megan Ray Fish. Jeffrey James Fitzpatrick. Sebastian Flack. Kristen Ann Florek. Andrew Mark Funk, cum laude. Melissa Marie Fortuna, cum laude. James Allen Foster. Kyle Matthew Foster. Michael Richard Frank. Justin Everett Freeman, magna cum laude. Caitlin Danielle Freeman, magna cum laude. Joseph John Fry. Stephanie Marie Fronrath. Stephanie Patricia Frontera. Jillian Renee Foltz. Vincent Paul Fusco. Ronnie Gabara. Mary Louise Galvin. Gabriel Joseph Gamisha. Matthew Thomas Garfalo. Ryan James Gaisley. Andrew James Geldmacher. Gina Nicole Gennaro. Chelsea Renee Genord. Jaron George. Nikki Irene Janopoulos. Ross William Gibbard. Kylie Marie Gibson. Anthony Valdez Gibson Jr. Mark Thomas Gilbert. Leah Chelsea Giltz. Christina Marie Gindelsberger. Alisa P. Gennari, magna cum laude. Maria Jokai. Martin Goisevic. Mark William Gottschalk. Lauren Ashley Graham. Susan Nicole Graham. Trevor Justin Graham. Besarta Grachevtsi. Matthew James Grogas. Alexandra Gruich. Aaron Jordan Hall, magna cum laude. Anthony Michael Haynes. Adam Michael Hardister. David Michael Harden. Matthew Adam Harding. Lindsay Marie Hardy. Charmaine Chantonique Harper. Hannah Renee Harris, summa cum laude. Ryan Michael Hashuk. Amanda Blaine Hatfield. Jessica Ray Hautala. Christopher Robert Hawkins. Joseph Christopher Hayes. Brittany Ann Heckman. Laura Brianne Hendren. Amanda Hermes. Natasha Desiree Holka. Colin Randall Howard. Christopher Edward Howe. Courtney Lee Hull. Scott James Hano. Dominic Dante Hussey. Diana Lisa Huynh. Thomas Orlando Huynh. Ashley Candace Itoni. Edward Dane Itria. Matthew Edward Iwanicki. Thomas Joseph Iwig. Mario Joseph Jabiru. Dennis Robert Jackson. David Oliver Jacob. Ashley Victoria Jacks. Jetin Jakash. Adam Michael Janes. Justin Allen Jarko. Kirsty Anna Jeskowski. Jordan Courtney Jones. Nicholas David Jones. Stephanie Nicole Jones. Emily Ann Joseph, cum laude. Joseph Stoyan James Jovanovich. Jonathan Renee Yuskevich. Kimberly Ann Ketchmerick. Nicole Lynn Kalanicki. Mary Cheryl Kelnow. Michael Richard Kamenik, magna cum laude. David Thomas Kassab. Alyssa Ann Keita, summa cum laude. Daniel Ryan Catcher, summa cum laude. Daniel Allen Keith. Nicholas Joseph Kingle. Caitlin Elizabeth Keys, cum laude. Karim Camaro. Evgeny Kessin, cum laude. Gregory Raymond Blackwood King. Leah Claire Kirk, magna cum laude. Amy Renee Kirsch, magna cum laude. Joshua Mark Kush. Adam James Kojadulian. Amanda Elizabeth Kamlosen. Brienne Mary Cordy, cum laude. Caitlin Ann Koss. Andrea Marie Kozakowski, summa cum laude. Jenny Lee Krebs. Ryan Albert Cranky. Ashley Marie Kropp. Lisa Marie Kubik, cum laude. Catherine Grace Cusick, magna cum laude. Kelly Louise Kuntz. Heather Christine Kwasnick. Sebastian Daniel Kwiatkowski.
Alex James LaHood, magna cum laude. Brittany Renee Lameau. Nathan Cole LaBelle. Christina Marie Lacaria. Christina Ann LaCharity. Robin Caitlin Lacourciere. Brian Patrick Lademan, magna cum laude. Sam Ladu. Gregory Michael Lau, magna cum laude. Danielle Dawn Lohoff, cum laude. Candace Elizabeth Lawrence. Kwok Van Lee, magna cum laude. Catherine Marie Leck. Alan Edward Ledford. Sarah Grace Lee. Jerica Morgan Lenker, summa cum laude. Jessica Lynn Leplow. Jonathan Timothy Leslie. Nicole Cynthia Liano. Joel Ryan Lindeman. Andrea Michelle Linto. Brian Daniel Locke. Middle name. Samuel James McDonnell. Rachel Lynn Loria, magna cum laude. Lauren Marie Magda, magna cum laude. Sarah Jean Mann. Genovia Crisanti Marangos. Ronnie Marcos. Jeffrey Allen Marr Jr. Bradley Garrett Maroney. Stephen Benjamin Marshall. Jennifer Lynn Marks. Lana Amber Maddie. Jamie Ray Matson, cum laude. Stephanie Marie Maurer. Lauren Christine May, cum laude. Ashley Elaine May. Erin Elaine May, cum laude. Sam Mazer. Megan Marie McConnell, summa cum laude. Jennifer Lynn McDonald, cum laude. Michael James McDonough, Jr. Sarah Ann McGuffin. Carrie Irene McKee. Sean Patrick McKenna. Jeffrey Kyle McKinnon. Ashley Elizabeth Mead, cum laude. David Allen Mello. Edward Joseph Meunier II. Christy Lynn Milkey, cum laude. Lorena Mahili. Amanda Rose Miller, cum laude. James Robert Miracle, cum laude. Danielle Louise Mitchell. Kristen Marie Mebbs, summa cum laude. You want the whole? Where'd it go? Graziano Alexander Moldovan. Okay. Benjamin Todd Mosser. Christina Nagel. Spencer Jeffrey Neal. Christina Elizabeth Newman. Jeremy Michael Newman. Daniel Benjamin Newman. Stephanie Rose Nicaise. Carrie Lynn Nichols. Amy Beth Nedzwicki. Dustin Lawrence Nedzwicki. Danielle Faye Niewhite. Andrew Ahid Nobani, cum laude. Victoria Lynn Norrid. Michael Ryan Odgers. Chelsea Lynn O'Laren. Michael James Olenichek. Amber Rose Oliver. Laura Lee Olson. David Joseph Orvek. Michael Thomas Orban. Stephen Mark Austin. Holly Lynn Ozog. Angelo Joseph Palmer. Jacqueline Renee Pentelio. Carly Jean Paletti. Nicole Renee Parks, cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Pasco. Regina Pasho. Devangi Sanjay Kumar Patel, cum laude. Christopher Michael Pavliko. Katerina Pavlovsky, cum laude. Brian Michael Palicki. Michael Stephen Pior. Excuse me. Michael Stephen Piers, summa cum laude. Adam James Pior. Sean Alejandro Perez. Latasha Danielle Perry. Susan Nicole Perzik. Kenneth Joseph Pesic. Scott Allen Peters. Nicholas Alexander Petrov. Michael Anthony Pett. Lindsay Marie Pierce. Scott David Piper. Angela Rose Pineski. Priyanka Prakash. Ashley Marie Presser, magna cum laude. Scott Russell Price, summa cum laude. Horace Markeith Pruitt. Tanya Talal Kidso. Ryan Richard Razak. Lawrence Martin Michael Radke Jr. Desiree Marie Randazzo, magna cum laude. Guy Paul Randazzo. Andrew August Ruff. Drew Allen Reese. Chelsea Marie Riker, cum laude. Lily Ann Retke. Megan Jane Rich.
Lindsay Marie Richards. Faith Ann Richardson. Kayla Marie Robinson, cum laude. Michael Ryan Ross, magna cum laude. Caitlin Marie Rowe. Christina Michelle Roy, cum laude. Thoketa Rumbalaku, cum laude. Amber Nicole Ruley. Joshua Jeffrey Ruggles. Mariana Athir Sadik. Lauren Elizabeth Say. Patricia Sarkovska. Andrea Margarita Salazar. Bianca Danielle Sanford. Jessica Catherine Alice Saputo. Joseph Vito Saputo. Eric Michael Shireman. Kyle Martin Schroeder. Chelsea McLeod Schultz. Stephen Joshua Shakatano, summa cum laude. Samantha Jo Shirota. Bridget Elaine Scott. Trevor Kyle Seidenberger. Shireen Marie Sheik. Evan Charles Shemke. Tara Rose Sidoti. Laura Ann Sinkowski, cum laude. Frank Matthew Serzenga. Alexander Silyanovsky, cum laude. Leanne Faye Sinawi. Sarparinder Singh. Alex Skatkoff. Christopher James Slaughter. Philip Michael Smith. Heather Lee Sneath. Marisa Antonia Suave, summa cum laude. Sean Gregory Sanger. Christopher Joseph Spezia. Jason Matthew Stanzik. Michelle Nicole Stanley. Shannon Lynn Stanley. Chelsea Ray Stecker. Justin Michael Stefanski. Kenneth Michael Stempowski, summa cum laude. Jamie Lee Stewart, cum laude. Michael Lloyd Stifler, Jr. Kenneth Michael Story. Heather Marjorie Strickland. Kaylee Autumn Bender Strong. Sarah Lynn Strope. Heather Michelle Strzeski, cum laude. Nicole Marie Struby. Alexandria Lynn Surink, magna cum laude. Jonathan David Swovland, cum laude. Emilia Joanna Szczepańczyk. Kamila Urszula Szczepańczyk. Sarah Rose Subileski, cum laude. Paul Joseph Szymanski, summa cum laude. Corey Edward Tarsenko. Jacqueline Melissa Taylor, cum laude. Nicholas Bernard Tesich, cum laude. Akansha Thomas. Melanie Ann Thura. Renee Michelle Todd, cum laude. Stephen Nicholas Tomzik. Taisha Nicole Tukes. Michael Allen Tuscany. Sean Michael Urban. Roxandra Vadine. Onika Champagne Valentine. Kylie Ray Van Brabant. Tiffany Lynn Vanderpool, cum laude. Cassandra Jo Vassis. Maria Vata. Juan Francisco Vela. Anthony Vincent Velez. Andrew George Venetis. Lauren Elizabeth Victory, magna cum laude. Angelina Marie Vulai. Patrick Casimir Warchuk. Justin Harry Watson. Kurt Christian Watts. Justin Michael Webb. Patrick James Webster, magna cum laude. Blake Harley Weirmeyer. Dennis Steve Weiss. Michael Francis Weiss. Alicia Ashley Ann White. Brittany Christine White. Michael David Whitehead. Kimberly Carol Wieczorek. Ashley Nicole Williams, cum laude. Stephen Lee Wilson. Jennifer Lynn Wisniewski. Matthew Thomas Wizawati. Kyla Paige Whites, cum laude. Michelle K. Wolf. Scott Ryan Woodward, magna cum laude. Ashley Faye Wooten. Michael David Wooters. Emily Ann Zanke. Alexandra Marie Zapinski, cum laude. Donna Jean Zimlowski.
Now, do I do it now?
We are going to conclude the distribution of our diplomas by recognizing the seniors that were not able to be with us today at graduation, but represent our school in the MHSAA Baseball Regionals at this time. Their pictures can be seen on the Palace Vision above as their names are read to validate their graduation at this ceremony. Readers, please.
Trevor Ray Jean Borsak. Zachary Carl Chiquetto, magna cum laude. Ryan Alexander Ermers. Brandon James Verstigden. Kenneth Herbert Wickman.
This afternoon, we celebrate the graduation of these students, signifying that they have achieved one level of education. My charge to you graduates is to be ever vigilant of what you have worked so hard to attain. Do not let it slip away. Continue to reach for the goal of being an educated person. Although your worldly goods can be taken away from you, no one can ever deprive you of your education. Education has many values, but clearly, its most important value is the idea of education and its attendant rewards. Congratulations, graduates. Job well done. Graduates, please stand at this time as you listen to the alma mater.